Hello everyone, welcome to AnubhavTrainings.com. In this series of videos, we are discussing about RESTful ABAP programming model. In the last series of videos, we have discussed how to define our business object using entity manipulation language, their behavior definition and behavior implementation, and finally we are testing this behavior implementation using EML notations. In the last sequence of videos, we have tested the create and update operation, and in this video, we will talk about how to perform a delete operation on the business object utilizing the entity manipulation language. So we'll switch back to our ABAP development tools on Eclipse, where we already have two records created using this entity manipulation language on the business object sales order. And I will just go ahead and enhance our implementation for delete operation. So here we have a delete operation flag, which controls which type of operation you would like to perform. So I would now want to do a delete operation. Let's come down. And now we will use the same entity manipulation syntax to perform a delete. So let's declare your data type, instance delete. So it's mandatory to pass the key property to the instance entity manipulation statement to tell the framework which entity or which operation we want to apply during delete, which entity we would like to delete from the instances. So now I will just define type table for delete and then our entity name. Code completion helps you pretty well, and let's fill this with the data which you want to delete. So we have to pass the key of the instance to be deleted. Let's come ahead and do that. Now just pass the sales order ID, and I would like to delete record number 1. That's it. And that's my record. And let's call the statement modify entities for my main entity name, root entity name. And then we will say my entity alias name, orders, and I say delete from IT instance D. If it fails to delete, then it should get back to me in the LT field. And if it reports any issue, LT reported. Awesome. So of course you can do error handling just in case if it is not deleting. So I'll also show you that by debugging this. So I've just put an if condition 0 equals to 1. And then we will also see the debugging during this time. Just in case if it fails to delete, how can you find the reported error messages? Why it failed to delete the entity? All right. So currently the primary key exists. There's a record already with this primary key, which I'm passing. The travel ID is, the sales order ID is 0001. So we do have that already here. So system is supposed to delete that. I'm going to trigger a delete operation. You can see here already marked as delete. Press F9. So far so good. Let's go back to the CDS and refresh. And you can see it's been deleted. But once again, now if I try to call the deletion, it will fail because it does not find an instance with the key sales order ID 1. So let's go ahead and debug this. So I'm going to set up a breakpoint here, double click, breakpoint gets created, and I just press F9 one more time. Now system will launch Eclipse into the debugging mode. And now if you observe carefully in the LT reported, you will be getting the error message of why entity could not be deleted. You can see there's one error message. And if you expand this here, you can see the message. Of course, we have not assigned any message class here, but you can just come back and check. So it's a generic message which comes from the framework CSP entity check 003. Let's copy that. And I can open the message class, Control Shift A. And let's see what is 003 stands for. So you can see 003, delete not possible, entity does not exist. So that's how you can also get to know the generic error messages from the framework when you're working with entity manipulation language. Interesting, isn't it? So that's how we can perform an end-to-end delete operation and also debug our entity manipulation statements which we are firing in context of RESTful ABAP programming. So that's what we are able to now achieve all the different varieties of operations using entity manipulation language. If you think this video is helping you, please feel free to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so you get notified on the next free video which we'll be publishing in this series of RESTful ABAP learning. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.